Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Sharma and today let's talk a little bit about React Native. The first obvious question that any one of you might have is what is React Native? React Native is nothing but a JavaScript library that is used to build native apps. A JavaScript library, like any other library, is just a group of code that has been pre-written in JavaScript, and we can use, and because it's pre-written in JavaScript, you can use it to build JavaScript applications. And let's talk about what JavaScript is, because if I've explained JavaScript library, your first obvious question will be, what is JavaScript? Now, JavaScript is one of the basic languages that we use to build the World Wide Web. The www, as we know today, is built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the three main languages that are used to build the web as we know today. And JavaScript was used originally in the front end until 2009 when a very smart man called Ryan Dahl, what he did was that JavaScript was part of something called an engine that resides within your browser, and so it worked like this. So this was your browser, and this was the engine, and this engine ran JavaScript. In the case of Chrome, there was something called a V8 engine, and this V8 engine was used to run JavaScript based applications. Now what happened was that Ryan Dahl took this V8 engine, and instead of holding it through the Chrome browser, he took it out and he replaced the Chrome browser with C++. And when that happened, JavaScript became free of the browser, and it could suddenly be used in a lot of powerful applications, as it is a very versatile and very strong language. It's actually, JavaScript is considered an interpreted language. That means that you don't have to compile it. So there isn't the long process of compilation, as some of you who've done C and C++ would have noticed. It takes a while to do that, whereas JavaScript does not have that. And this form, when it was created, it was called Node, and it was also known as Node.js. So with JavaScript, you can become a front-end, back-end, or a full-stack developer. Now let's talk a little bit about what are native applications. Native applications are ones that run on two platforms, essentially. One of them is iOS, and the other is Android. Now iOS uses either ObjectiveC or Swift, and Android uses either Java or a new language called Kotlin. Let's talk a little bit about what are native applications. Native applications are ones that are built for the purpose of either iOS or Android using either C or Swift in case of iOS, which is Objective-C, and in case of Android we use Java or a new language called Kotlin. Now what happened is that for companies and developers in general to run so many different languages which are very not similar to each other, it became tedious and complicated because every company wanted to release an application based on both platforms. It wasn't worthwhile having an application just for one of the platforms. So they had to have different teams and things like that. So Facebook came up with a very ingenious idea. They already had something in their portfolio from before, which was based on JavaScript, and they used it in the front-end development, but so something called React. This existed beforehand itself, and Facebook had this in their pocket from before. They used this method, but it was for web development though. They used this library, this JavaScript library, and they built something. They added the functionality of native. Now what happened was that when they added the functionality of a native application, suddenly JavaScript could be used to run both iOS as well as Android applications. It could be used to develop iOS or Android applications based on the language of JavaScript instead of running C, Swift, Java and Kotlin. So you could have one team which knows JavaScript, which is experienced in JavaScript, could run applications for both iOS as well as Android. And that is one of the main reasons why React Native is so powerful and so popular in today's world. The theme of React Native is learn once and write everywhere. And that speaks very proudly, that speaks very strongly to what in JavaScript is doing in this situation, where you only have to learn one language, that is JavaScript, and you can start coding for both iOS as well as Android using React Native, and that makes it very powerful. Some more advantages actually of React Native is that it is community driven, and that means that React Native, unlike a lot of things that Facebook makes, is open source. And because it's open source, there's a big community behind React Native, and they're always putting in their own ideas forward and improving React Native as a language all the time, and new versions are being developed, and it's getting better really well. It's a good platform to improve on, and you can see maybe in a few years React Native will have a much larger existence than what it does today. Another advantage of React Native is that code you can use, it's very cost effective, because you have one code base that you are used to develop on iOS and Android. You don't have to change your code too much between both platforms, and that allows for reusing of code. And because the code is being reused, it makes it easier to develop and quicker and faster to develop for iOS as well as Android. Another advantage of React Native actually is that it uses both the CPU as well as the GPU to render its applications, and when that happens, unlike the native applications or native languages in iOS and Android, which use only the CPU to move the apps, React Native apps tend to be a little bit faster in some situations. One more advantage actually is that if you have developed an app in React Native and you want to further make your app in the separate native languages because of the extra features that iOS and Android has to offer, you can use C and Java after using JavaScript to build a React Native application, and it will be absolutely fine, and you will encounter no problem whatsoever. The other advantage of React Native, I would say, is that it allows for coders who are already developing on the web, on the React architecture. It's not very different from React architecture. So you still have the component-based hierarchy of building applications. And so any JavaScript developer who's been working in the front end of web applications using React can easily learn React Native and move forward and build web applications. Some of the popular apps that currently use React Native are the Facebook AdSense Manager, Instagram is another important app that uses React Native, and Uber Eats uses React Native. There are a lot of apps in the market right now, big apps, that are using React Native to build their platform, and that gives it a lot of credibility and a lot of importance. Anyway, thank you for joining me today here, and I would like to thank myTectra for giving me this platform to tell you about React Native. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, please ask it down below, and please subscribe for more videos just like this. Thank you.